welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe with vlog videos like this.
This isn't concerning at all. I unplugged the chin pad. This is the plug for the chin pad. And the chin pad, yeah. Oh, you man. No. I hate this thing. Goodbye.
Look what I got from Walmart, y'all. Look. Wait, Tucci. Oh my God, y'all. Don't buy no oatmeal.
Scoot it up. They running. Oh, they running.
Tucci, that's too much.
They running.
Oh, Tucci.
They running.
Oh, look, it's boiling up.
Oh no, don't come up to the top. Don't come to the top. Look, do you see that, bro?
Girl, what you look at this?
Oh no, he's trying to get out. Get him away. Get him out. He's trying to escape. How many people didn't bought these jeans? Girl. Hey.
And the delicious buffet is gone.
Bro, that's the moon. But what the is that, bro? Brandon's up, dude. That's weird. Like how? How?
Okay, this is where it was. I haven't been back out here since I took that video, but, like, it can't have gotten in here. I mean, this whole thing is gated up for my cats, so, like, I don't, you know, there's Sage, my cat. I haven't let them out here since I saw it, because, like, I don't know. That's the crawl space. It's supposed to be locked, though. The plant is... Okay, Shit.
So, yeah. So look, water tower all the way the fuck over there. Zoom in on it. Yeah, see? All right. Now look, see it on my camera. And then your camera. Well, yours. Now so not a thing. You don't see shit. There. What the fuck? What the hell?
You look at this. At first I was like, that is not real, but the guy's moving. He's actually sitting in it. No, let's speak to him. He moved it, he just moved his leg. Woohoo! Yahoo! Maybe it's part of his job not to speak to the public.
Hello.
Guys, this is real. Love holidays. Good marketing. He's real! What the hell?
This is so random.
I want this job right now. Yeah! See? He's real. Look, he's sitting up now. What the actual hell?
You know who he looks like,
Yoo-hoo! We're in the movie, guys.
There's a theory too. Spongebob was created to entertain all of the kids that Jeffrey Epstein took to his island.
No.
As entertainment for the kids. Think about it. Who lives in a under the sea? And he goes, "Are you ready, kids?" That's the first thing they say. And they show one island on the water. And it's SpongeBob.
Oh.
And there's so many callbacks to what? Jeffrey Epstein's island. SpongeBob's license plate.
Yeah.
If you put the address into Google Maps, it takes you to Jeffrey Epstein's island, Little St. James. No, it's actually real.
Oh, dead ass.
Yeah.
The address that's on SpongeBob driver license is Jeffrey Epstein's island. It was right in front of us.
SpongeBob's license plate, if you look at the address, you put that address in Google Maps, it will take you to Little St. James.
Oh my goodness, fam. That's
Like, it
fun.
will take you to Jeffrey Epstein's island, fam. And then the Nickelodeon symbol is literally the island as well.
Oh yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
this. I didn't know
Why
about
would you
that
go to
one.
that island?
Stop it.
Why'd you go to the island? You know that song? It's Kanye's like controversial song. Go to the island.
They have the quantum mirror now, they meaning the elites. And this quantum mirror, they can predict the future. If you look into the biblical text, you discover that there was a manhunt for Yeshua when he was a child. The military was sent on a mission, and they were hunting any children. And this whole manhunt you see going on, the ICE thing, this is reminiscent of that biblical text. It's the same story over again playing now in modern times. They are looking for someone, or maybe the parent of someone that's going to be born that has an effect on the future that they don't want.
So it's literally Terminator.
Yes, sir. They don't really know exactly who or the specific person, so they're just trying to grab everyone.
You cook for me for $100? This is really good.
I know a yokai when I see one.
You gotta see the alignment for even with content creators and who
Yes.
they're aligning with.
Yes.
Mr. Beast, he just aligned with the Rockefellers. What type of move is that?
What kind of shit is going on?
So we're talking a guy named Mr. Beast.
Beast system.
Who is aligning with the Beast system? So get this, two things. Mr. Beast gets with Rockefeller and he is doing charity work. Now he's over there helping people in Africa, kids and all this stuff with the Rockefeller Foundation. Now two things. For one, have you guys seen his food line, Feastables?
Yeah. Mr. Beast?
Yes, Mr.
Nah,
Beast.
break it down.
Okay, so there is a particular, I believe is a Sour Patch brand in Feastables. If you look on the bag, it has these little swirlies. Now, what does it look like?
The PDF file symbol, right?
The PDF
Boy
file
lover?
symbols that came from the FBI raid disclosure that they have in 07.
Interesting.
Showing the triangles, swirls, looks exactly like it. That's one. Now you're helping kids in Africa. Weird, but also the fact that you're teaming up with Rockefeller, they, for one,
That can never be good.
yeah, that can never be good. Let's run down real quick who they are. They funded the school system.
Oh, the original indoctrination camp.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know that they funded the school system and they got the idea from war-torn Europe, from Stalin, to indoctrinate kids because whenever they had a war, guess what? Now you have a bunch of indoctrinated kids ready to go to war because you've been in school for 8 hours a day telling them propaganda. The fact that this guy who plays Squid Games with people, look at all his games. He has Squid Game types of content all the time. But tell me why. Mr. Beast, his grandfather worked for Raytheon.
Oh, shit.
Who were they? Raytheon is one of the biggest contractors for the military on Earth.
Wow, these people got government ties.
So you have a military contract defense company that is the biggest in the military. You have to look at pattern recognition. Who else is part of the government that's in either tech or content or people who are aligning with these people? Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah.
His grandfather is one of the founders of DARPA. Once you start to put the pieces together, you're like, wait a minute, you aren't really who you say you are.
Yeah, you're not self-made. You ain't get it out the mud.
Seems like it.
You ain't get out the mud, buddy.
Seems like it.
You ain't get out the mud. 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 You ain't get
So here I am. This is housekeeping, just so you guys can see. Oh, it's open. I thought it was locked. So they said what you do is turn off the light and then just wait. But I'm not about to stand in here. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna turn off the light and then slide my phone in the door, see what happens. So here we go. Light off. And going under. Now tell me if y'all see or hear anything. 'Cause I ain't going in there. Anything?
Wait, have you ever seen aliens before?
Yes.
Bro?
Okay, how did you see the aliens?
Oh man, it was in a sleep paralysis state, and it was watching my body.
He believes that to be true.
What?
¿Está viendo eso?
Eso no es un pájaro.
Mira la cara, qué miedo.
Se mola.
Se está mirando. ¿Lo escucha?
Ay, santo.
¡Arranca, arranca!
¡Está subiendo!
¿Está viendo eso?
There it is. Oh my God. Oh, it knocked one all the way down there. Holy shit, all three of them are there.
Not you describing them like bowling pins.
That's like a 3D thing. I can't get my... Here it is. Look at this. That's weird. So weird. It's creepy. It's like 3D.
I was just walking out of my apartment. And look. You see that? You see that shadow? It's following me.
So Nicolas Maduro gets captured by the US, but you guys, are we watching a movie? Let's get into it. Now first, a lot of people are saying America invaded Venezuela to stop the narco-terrorism, but also it's the oil, in which they have more than anybody else with over 300 billion barrels of crude oil. Now it's important to note that this is the thick, rich, dark crude oil because there's three types. There's light, medium, and dark, in which we have refineries in Texas and Louisiana to refine this brand new oil. But question, how many times does this guy need to change during his capture? Because it seems like they're making this whole process nice and cozy, don't you think? And how did this person know that all this is going down? Because this account on Polymarket made 4 predictions, putting up about $30,000 and profiting over $400,000. And some of those predictions says Maduro out by January 31st, will the US invade, etc. And these were just placed just hours before the attack. Not to mention, after all this goes down, the US secures a silver smelter deal to process metals, which is not surprising because Venezuela also has some of the biggest rare earth mineral deposits, and oh look, it's financed by JP Morgan, a central bank. Just like this guy congratulating Trump on his victory, who is a central banker himself, a Rothschild. And you guessed it, here's all the countries that didn't have a central bank, and some of these stories, well, you know how they ended. Now there's various pictures of him giving up the thumbs up sign. He looks very happy for somebody who's facing narco-terrorism charges, but maybe he handed all this over on a silver platter. Have you guys ever heard of Smartmatic, the Venezuelan voting system that not only was used during Hugo Chavez's re-election, but used in the 2020 US election? Now I wonder, does Maduro have any vital information on corruption when it comes to the 2020 election, which may not be far-fetched because 3 executives from Smartmatic were charged under the Foreign Corruption Practices Act. So I guess time will tell. Make sure you guys hit up my YouTube, The Maverick Approach, but let me know what you guys think. Did Maduro make a deal? Let me know below.
Do that thing think she's the mother bird?
All right, at what point are we allowed to start saying this out loud? Because another celebrity's child has been found dead, on New Year's at that, and that shit just don't seem right. So Tommy Lee Jones' daughter, Victoria, was found dead in a San Francisco hotel. Let that sink in. A hotel, a major city, a high-profile family, and now a sudden death. So they're saying that 34-year-old Victoria Jones was found early New Year's Day, around 2:52 and 3:14 a.m. Listen to this. Someone in the hotel found her laying on the ground on the 14th floor. They told guest services called police. And when police came, they're saying they suspect it was a drug overdose. They're not officially saying the cause of death, but what they're saying is the cause of death could have been color change, a code 3 color change. But here's where the story starts looking less simple and more like something people aren't supposed to be talking about loudly. A celebrity's child found in the middle of a luxury hotel in a major city, with the explanation being no foul play suspected, before the medical examiners even released the detail. And that'll make you wonder, was it really an overdose? Or did something happen between the time she left a party or when she ended up in that luxury hotel's hallway? Who was she with? She couldn't have been by herself. Now, how does all of this look to you? Because with this type of situation, people start questioning narrative. Either way, it's a sad story. I'm out.
Devil's Lake in Wisconsin. This lake has everything. Dead giants, leviathan, serpents. It's in the mountains. It's a glacial runoff. And they speculate it could be 10,000 years old. The native people in that region, the Ho-Chunk people, talk about around this lake there was these red-headed giants that would terrorize the Ho-Chunk people. And so the Ho-Chunk people basically prayed to their god or gods or whatever to help get rid of these giants. One day there was this big storm that came over and it said fire rained down from the sky, killed all the giants. Ho-Chunk people said that for years the lake was red with the giants' blood.
Oh my gosh. Holy moly.
That's not where it ends. This lake was inhabited by a giant wise serpent. It would also just consume and take people that would go by the lake. They tell the story of a thunderbird, giant sky being. So not necessarily a bird.
So that was just the nickname.
Yeah, this thunderbird went to battle with the serpent that occupied the lake. Said like this storm was just over the lake and it was just lightning. Ultimately, the thunderbird killed the serpent, and that's not where it ends.
Oh no!
Because even today, people report for the past 100 years they're seeing a giant serpent-like creature in this lake still. More weird is that the military has done multiple exercises in this lake.
Really?
Yeah, they have restricted underwater zones. There's been reports of unmarked black vehicles after these sightings, and there's occasionally those like stealth helicopters that fly around this lake.
If they're getting involved, there's something there.
Something there.
It's gotta be.
Why are you wearing a cheetah print on a goddamn safari?
What's your last name? Ross. Like, do you have pride in your last name?
Rothstein.
Like, what do your grandparents do?
Yeah. What do they do?
Yeah, what did your grandpa do?
My grandfather who passed away, he was a rabbi. And then my father, my grandfather on my other side, he worked into like stocks. He just did traded stocks.
Did you like them? Were they good?
Yeah, they were nice.
Okay.
Well, I didn't meet one of them.
This is Ponte Tower in Johannesburg, South Africa. And this is the highest residential building on the whole continent of Africa. And during the 90s and the early 2000s, it was the most feared building in the country. And it was overrun by gang members and criminals. And this tower was designed to be a luxury white-only apartment block during the apartheid. Loads of people were killed and thrown to their death from the very top down to here. This is crazy. This is probably one of the most unique buildings I've ever seen in my life. And I really like brutalism architecture, and this is a classic example of that. And at one point, this hollow core that I'm standing in now used to be filled up with rubbish all the way up to the bottom floor, which is probably where my finger is. People used to just chuck their rubbish from any level all the way down here.
I was working at Kmart. I was up in the back stock room by myself, putting some fixtures together. And, you know, you get that feeling somebody's watching you. And of course, I'm trying to, you know, just ignore it because I'm like, I'm up here by myself. It's at the very far corner of the stock room. Like, it's just creepy, you know? And finally, just about 15 or 20 minutes, it was like, it felt like I needed to turn around and look. Not like something was telling me to turn around and look, but it felt like I needed to turn around because there was somebody behind me. So I turned around, and about 8 feet up, there's a hole in the wall. It was about, I don't know, it was probably about a 2 foot by 2 foot hole, square, that the wires ran back for the generator. There was a woman looking at me from that hole. So we go up, and he's looking around, and he goes back in there, and he's like, Chris, he's like, this doesn't make sense. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, that woman would have had to be 8 feet tall for you to see her in that hole. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, come here. So I go back into the room and around the wall. He's like, there's nothing for anybody to stand on to be looking out of that hole. So this woman had to have been 8 foot tall. I'm like, what the hell? So we searched the whole stock room. I'm not afraid of the ghosts. I'm afraid of the real people that could be in that building and what they're up to and what they could do to me. So I don't fear the dead. I fear the living.
This is a Genesis. This is a nice car.
So they're getting better.
My girlfriend has this car.
They're getting better at stripping cars. I've never seen a car stripped down on the side of the street like this. I mean, dude, I feel like you need special tools for this. How do you have enough time? They even took the doors. It's Genesis, yeah?
And who robbed them? An F1 pit crew?
So there is a $1 billion fraud scheme going on in Minnesota involving daycares, but you guys, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's get into it. So let me bring you up to speed. So this independent journalist and YouTuber by the name of Nick Shirley goes to Minnesota and exposes hundreds of daycares that get federal funding, like millions of dollars, but have no kids at all. And you guys, it is so bad and it's so blatant. He goes to this daycare center that's supposed to say Quality Learning Center, but it says Leering Center. And mind you, this place has no windows, it looks like a prison, and the only door you do see, it's completely blacked out. Now, the Leering Center has been hit with 95 violations between 2019 and 2023, but has still received over $7 million. Oh, but it gets worse, you guys. So another place he visited called Sweet Angel Childcare used to have a number, but it doesn't anymore. I found a video where they called the number, and guess where it goes to? Tim Walz. Tim Walz's office, you guys, and I had to test this theory myself to verify.
The office of Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor.
And let's not forget, he said this, where he said Minnesota's economy does not work without child care providers, so we're giving them a raise. We're all sure of that now. Now, with all these daycares not having any children, it is imperative to note that 3,000 to 4,000 kids per year go missing in Minnesota, but that's another rabbit hole for another day. But it gets even weirder. Do you guys remember this Minnesota lawmaker by the name of Melissa Hortman?
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and I'm,
who was the only Democrat who voted against Minnesota Care, which cuts the funding for healthcare for illegals. Well, guess what? She was murdered. Oh, it's all starting to make sense now, doesn't it? And mind you, they never caught the killer, who they said was impersonating a cop who had a police cruiser, but it smells like an inside job. Now, I'm getting hundreds of DMs to look into other states because they said Ohio's even worse. I mean, can anybody tell me why this daycare center in Columbus, Ohio is located at a smoke shop? And here's another one for good measure with blacked out windows, just this truck in front with no other cars, no play place, nothing. And not to mention, there's over 500 daycares in Washington that have no physical address at all, so there's that. I mean, it really makes you wonder how Kamala Harris raised $1 billion in 3.5 months
with Tim Walz being her running mate. And it's pretty full circle because she did try to pay me off in this email during election time with that allegedly dirty money. Make sure you guys go to my YouTube, The Maverick Approach, because I'm doing a deeper dive on all this, but let me know what you guys think below.
Is this a conspiracy theory or Russia just sent the most chilling message ever? So today, on December 30th, Russia's legendary radio station Buzzard, that was silent for decades, suddenly started playing Swan Lake. And here's why it's terrifying, because in Russian history, Swan Lake, it's not just music. For example, it played during the fall of Soviet Union and also after the death of 3 Soviet leaders. So yes, Swan Lake played during huge events in Russia. So yeah, now some people think that it was a chilling message from Russia, while other people think that it was simply hacked. And what are your thoughts?
So this lady keeps staring at me, and her husband's just standing like a dumbass right there. And just as I was about to be like, what the f are you guys looking at? It's a sign.
You've been Looney Tuned, brother.
So around 2021-ish, I was vaguely vetted to go to an island with a couple other guys to a very popular celebrity's house in the Dominican Republic. Man, I shouldn't say it because he's going to sue me. How about this? If you guess it, I'll accept it.
Dominican Republic. Vin Diesel?
You said that, but
Whoa.
listen, I didn't end up going. And I think Josh Richards, Blake Gray, Noah Beck, they all went. And they're surprisingly silent about what happened. But about a year after this thing kind of blew over, I found a video and they're like doing some weird shirtless dance together. Like the boys are dancing and he comes in shirtless. He also allegedly has a wife. He has like 10 girlfriends. Anytime a man has like 10 women around him, usually they're trying to show like, hey, look at me, I'm so straight, guys. You know, allegedly Vin Diesel is not only gay, but also invites almost underage boys to his island, because I think one of those boys was 17.
Jeez.
Kris Jenner should never have shown herself in public yesterday. For months, Kris Jenner had been hiding her hands under gloves for a very specific reason. But yesterday, someone took a photo of her without them, and it exposed her biggest secret. For a while now, everyone's been wondering what really happened to Kris Jenner. Her transformation is honestly one of the most shocking I've ever seen. Having a face like that at 70 years old is basically a miracle. But what really matters here is the secret hidden in this photo. And to see it, you need to look very closely at the contrast between her face and her hands. The difference is shocking. Those hands reveal her true age. In the process, she used to treat her face and neck. There's nothing you can do for the hands. That's exactly why she's been hiding them all this time. Now, the strangest part is this. Has it gone too far? Because some people think Kris's new face isn't actually the result of surgery, but something else entirely. Something only accessible to powerful people, almost like a miracle product. We'll probably never get the answer, but tell me in the comments, do you think she used a normal process or something darker? Because the gap between her age and her face raises some serious questions.
Okay, so Chris Bledsoe captured an image of an orb with a message inside, and the message is 0320, which is the equinox of 2026. So what is this? Is this a sign? What type of message is this? This is something pretty interesting if you think about it, right? Because there's many videos of orbs out there, and I've never seen a message or some type of numbers inside of an orb before. Now, I think that this is probably some type of message or coding message from another, entity, like a trans-dimensional entity or something like that. So, what are they trying to tell us? Like I said, if this is real, which there's a video out there, and apparently he took the video, and there's images too. This is pretty interesting.
Okay, pull the string.
Okay.
Let it go slow. Alright, now do it regular. Alright, I'll do it again, but a little slower.
Maybe it's time to call the priest.
It is interesting. Antarctica is a no-fly zone.
There have been skiers who are putatively exploring Antarctica for sport, who have had black helicopters descend on them, and they were told that they are in an area that affects the national security of the United States, and that they're going to be immediately evacuated.
Really?
Yeah. There shouldn't be an area that affects the national security of the United States legally, because according to the Antarctic Treaty, Antarctica is like a neutral zone.
Admiral Richard Burr talked about a pyramid, and the pyramid you can spot. Like, I have a friend who went down there and he saw this sort of black pyramid.
There's a picture of it. I've seen a picture of it.
Yeah. And it was on Google Maps, and then I think it got deleted on Google Maps or something. It's a big scandal. So I don't know. It's interesting.
Do you believe we're reincarnated over and over again?
All of them. Like, for instance, if you're an 11, 22, or 33, you're an old soul. You've been reincarnated quite a few times in life. I look at the 1 through 9 as kind of like the baby souls, and the 11, 22, and 33 kind of as the souls that pass the missions of the 1 through 9 and then get a right to try it as a master number. And master numbers are much more difficult. I believe 9 is the first reincarnation. Infant starts with the I, child starts with the I is the 9th letter. So I do believe 9 is the infant of the numerology system. And that would make sense because they're so, dependent on looks. They like shiny things. Since 9s are so obsessed with looks, that's a good way to get stuck in the matrix forever.
So you believe you start as a 9, and then do you believe it's just 8, 7, 6, 5, or do you think it's just different iterations?
No. I believe the 7 is like the bridge between the master numbers. Because if you look at 11, 11's the baby of the master numbers, goes up 22, 33. So you have the 11, and then you have the 7. And I believe the 7 is the bridge between the normal numbers to the master numbers. And the reason I believe that is if you look at the 7, it has the word Eve in the middle, just like 11. And 7 and 11 are soulmate signs.
Experience working with each other. I'm gonna take her whole being with me from this experience. I don't see my life without Kaylee. Oh my God. So, will you marry me?
What happened? What is that? What is it? What the is this? Oh, hell no. Let's get too little for that. Let's go. No, let's go. No. Come on, man.
Oh boy, not you thinking it's a candy.
Lady in Blue, born in 1602. She had these crazy experiences. Some, it gets a little weird, but what is true is her ability for biolocation, meaning she could be in another place at the same time as where she was. And
so 2 bodies.
Basically, almost be like astral plane. You're physically in this area. Sister Maria de Jesus de Agreda, and she was a Spanish Franciscan abbess. She would go to Native American tribes in the U.S., like in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, and tell them about the gospel. And so when missionaries finally went into the new world of the Americas, right, they were presenting Christ, and they said, we've already heard this. We've already been baptized.
Wow.
From the lady in the blue. She told us. And she told them the tribe name, what the location looked like, and she's thousands of miles away.
It's impossible because she was in
Spain then.
Yeah. Weird. Cross oceans.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The Germano tribe, they described her as a pale woman wearing a shimmering blue cloak who taught them Christian prayers and urged them to seek baptism.
Wow.
They were not not able to disprove that. The church concluded she likely experienced what they would call a genuine mystical phenomena of biolocation.
Fascinating.
What do you mean you've seen him? Seen him where?
Well, I had three different cases that had Chucky dolls in it, some version of a Chucky doll involved.
What are the cases?
One of them was, one of them, it was a single mom, and she just reported, and other people reported. So it's not just someone tells me, because who knows, but these are verified. But she was a single mom, and she went into the daughter. She was pretty heavily afflicted. She went into the daughter's bedroom, was cleaning up, and she would hear the Chucky doll. It was, a little doll with the pull string, saying things off script like, "Why are you leaving me here alone? Come in here and get me."
Holy cow!
Yeah, that'll put the fear of God in you.
Yeah.
So,
what do you do with an object like that? I real quick. I mean, my head security guy, who we're both mutual friends with. I don't want to say his name on here, but we talk about this kind of stuff quite often. And he had brought up, you see all this stuff in here.
Yeah.
This is all from my previous life or guests of mine.
The epitome of cool.
Right? It's all like historic stuff.
Yeah, it's historic
sentimental
cool,
stuff to me. Ed Calderon gave me this statue of a Santa Muerta. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah. Very.
He gave me a Santa Muerta that he took out of a taxi that was smuggling drugs into the United States. It was a wax figure, cracked it in half, full of heroin. There's a whole trunk full of these things. So he gave me one without the heroin, of course, and kind of like put it back together is a keepsake, for the studio. It's right up there. I put a rosary around it.
Yeah.
Next to,
yeah,
that stuff up there. He says I need to get rid of that thing. It's actually slipped my mind since he told me that until we're just having this exact conversation. What do you think?
I'm going to quote a famous rapper, MC Hammer. It's hammer time. I would get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah, because these things they carry the curse that came with them. They carry the curse. They also use statues of the Virgin Mary and smuggle drugs over. I had a church lady, saw this beautiful statue. Well, she wanted to rescue it from a pawn shop. Brings it home. She said, ever since I brought that into my home, there's just been strife and problems. And I said, I said, what, does it have a big thing? And I described it. She's like, yeah. I said, yeah, that was probably used to smuggle drugs across the Mexican border, get rid of it. So bless, burn, and bury. I put the formula in, and I'm not plugging books. I'm just telling you, I'll give you the formula. I'll cut and paste it for you. Destroy it, render it inoperable, pray a couple of prayers that God would decommission the evil from it, and smash it, break it up, and then sprinkle it into running water or bury it. I would put it into running water and let it flush away.
Okay.
We've seen everything from cursed rosaries. There's satanic rosaries that are
Really?
out there. Yeah. They're coming from China, and Satanists are cursing them and shipping them to parishes. Give these out to the kids. They're the glow in the dark ones. Every Catholic kid had glow in the dark rosaries. And so we had some come to a parish once, and they just showed up like, oh, this is great. There's samples of these rosaries. And church lady then she realized there's satanic symbols on them. So she put them into her fireplace and tried to burn them, and it smoked her house out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I'm the dirty jobs guy, So like, oh, okay, let Dan get rid of it, Now we've learned over the years, no, you get rid of it. Well, in this case, the pastor should have been with me, or if somebody has some object from Grandpa, some garbage or whatever, they destroy it. We'll walk them through it. But this case, I destroyed it. So I take it out to a remote place, going to bless, burn, and bury. And throw it. And so I had it burning. And right when I started lighting it up, 4 dogs came out of the brushes and surrounded me. And this is before the Sean Ryan show. I didn't have my my P365 Legion. I had something. It didn't matter what I had. It was sitting in my Jeep, and they surrounded me. I couldn't get to it between me and the fire. So I had a shovel, and I was like, all right, game on, 4-on-1. I guess this is it, And then I start to rear back, and I was going to attack the most aggressive one. As soon as I reared back, this lady, black from head to toe, just comes walking out of the. I'm in the middle of nowhere. She walking out. The dogs She doesn't say a word. She just watches me the whole time, and they just quietly get in behind her and they just walk off. And those things burnt for it took forever to burn.
Wow.
I had a cursed Barbie doll once. Yeah, a lady came in. Their daughter was really afflicted, teenage girl, and she had an unhealthy relationship with an uncle or something. And he had given her this Barbie doll that she was really attached to. And you have to watch. This is the thing. It's the attachment. That's where the demon is. He's always in the attachment. You talk about fasting and breaking the attachment to meat once in a while, the attachment. A rock falls in your shoe, breaking the attachment to comfortable feet, walking with that for a half hour or so, offering it up for your family, whatever. So breaking that attachment to this object. So that's how you know where the demon is. So the daughter was really attached to it. And she had chronic problems with her right leg. She couldn't figure it out. And the parents were like, we know it's something wicked, but we can't figure it out. We said, okay, give us the Barbie doll. I said, okay. So she gives us the Barbie doll. Okay.
Why did they say give us the Barbie doll? Did they
knew
observe
that
her and see what she was most attached to?
They knew that the uncle had given her a Barbie doll that was a little creepy, and the uncle was a little creepy.
Mm.
And so we just said, okay, then get rid of it. We just said, tell me about the Barbie doll. Oh, you can't have it. Okay, then get rid of it. I mean, it's that blunt. There's no nice. It's like, oh, really? You're attached to it? Give it to me. We're going to get rid of it for you. I want to see it. So she brings it. They bring it, and it's covered with paintings and symbols. Barbie doll, dressed like, kind of like occult clothing, and missing a right leg.
And that's a wrap for tonight, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me, smash the subscribe button and be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.